Christmas Eve, my wife gave me my Christmas present, which is time on the car. She asked me for Christmas. I said, "Hey, I just want to get, something working." So, I just got some working. Look at that, my friends. So those are the 2200cc injectors, the Pintos. So they're smaller, so they sit lower. And they're sitting with the lower plenum on, no interference, no nothing. 1 second. All right, so this is how it looks, and it's pretty cool because then I could tuck the harness, underneath there, and get it off the valve cover, because it kind of sits like that, off that valve cover. Although you really can't see inside that motor. But I'm gonna still tuck it in there because it looks, pretty damn clean. And so what I had to do to modify, as you can see, those mounting tabs. So I will show you, and I had to do this for both sides of the injectors. ECU. Lord have mercy, fuel rail. So I had to notch off those ears, cut off those ears, because since they're sitting lower, it was interfering with that. Then the body of the injector was hitting the edge of that. So I just, cut them a little bit, and then that's the clearance that you see there. So, with that being said, my injectors are ready, but I need to order gaskets. I don't feel like going back in there, so I'll just get, new intake manifold gasket. And then also, I had to change out, I'm going to change out this one since I already modified this one. I don't want to do no cutting on the car. Or whichever. I could do it real quick, but then it'll be metal shavings everywhere, and next thing you know, some go inside the motor and score up my cylinder walls, and that won't be, good. So, so I just need to change that lower plenum between the two. So that means I need to get 2 intake manifold gaskets, the lower plenum manifold gasket, and the upper one. And then after that, it's beautiful. So, alright guys. So, doing some work. It's Christmas night. Well, really, it's today's Boxing Day. Which is like a British type thing. But anyhow, I went and I just, as you see, turned on the ignition. And working out these wires. Basically, all of these are hot no matter what. Always getting 12 volt. These black and I guess it's like red. Yeah, red, black, red. These are switched 12 volt. So actually, one of them I'm gonna run to the squirt, and then this one here. This black pink, that is my fuel pump relay. So when it grounds out, of course it won't do it now. There we go. Anyways, because it's nothing. But, yeah. So there you go. So that's the fuel pump. So that is just a ground, which is done by the ECU. And then all these other wires, I was looking at the FSM real quick, that are coming out of this harness. A lot of it is, this pair valve cylinder, the air conditioner relay, the condenser relay, the ambient temp switch. Some of them run, so then some of them go to the transmission for 5-speed, so the 5th position, 4th, and neutral. So all of that, that's honestly, I already have what I need out of that whole harness. So I don't want to cut it, because then maybe later down the road, I'm wondering, hopefully with this air conditioner relay or something, maybe I can use that for my boost controller or something. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking. But yeah, so that's all done with that. Then I'm gonna start working on this guy. So I'm gonna save the harness. I'm not gonna cut it up or anything, since it's all tucked underneath that engine bay, or underneath the fender, since it's hid up in here. I'm just gonna you know, keep these, even though it looks like a hot mess. But I just want to have the functionality, you know, later if I want to drive something. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yeah, because if I stick it in through a firewall, it's not going to be nothing big. The only thing is, you know, possibly that not fitting. But I rather just wire loom this all together and just kind of keep it as options port. Because then, you know, the reason why I'm doing that, oh, that's right. I can use this one of this for my fans. Um, yeah, I can use that as a fan signal. But the reason why I want to do that so it's just nice and clean and I don't have, you know, different stuff running. But I'm gonna work on that for a fan. So one of those I'll pick out, and then after the jumper harness here, I'll find out where it goes, and then, you know, just probably jump it into the harness with the for fan control. So, all right, now I'm gonna attack that that brown plug, and then see what's up. All right, so for the brown plug, that's underneath the dash. You know, I kind of mapped everything out, and the only one that I'm gonna need right now is the yellow red, which is my tack output. You know, this plug goes, and it actually, you know, goes to the instrument cluster. So what I was looking, you know, they have the check engine light, I guess a start signal. I don't know what that might be for, but then, you know, speedometer, and different things, and then there's actually quite a few for the console. And so, you know, I'm not going to, I don't need a consult, so that's already, look at that, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 wires already gone. And I don't even know this rear window toggle relay. I mean, it kind of doesn't matter because my relay doesn't, or my thing doesn't work. The previous owner took out the tint with a razor blade. So that was smart of them. But yeah, so and then after that, you know, you're looking at all these. There's only this one red that goes, and then that red comes to, let's see what we're at, pin 24. So then you go to pin 24, and then that's the, you know, the check engine light. So that's what I was just talking about. Yeah, so a lot of it can be eliminated. Like I said, I'm just going to use this one for now, but then I want to keep it because when I had the Mega Squirt in the what's that thing called? In the stock, I'm sorry, when I had the Mega Squirt in the K, I forget, I guess it's a start signal. It would be on, like when I turned on the key, but then once the car started rolling, or actually synced up, in terms, you know, of timing, it would shut off. And, you know, I want to kind of get that functionality. So I don't know how that was, you know, wired in the car, programmed or whatnot, but I'll look. So I'm going to keep, you know, all of these wires, and, you know, just whatever. So I don't really want to go and cut it. I mean, although I can, to clean it up, but if I just put it in a wire loom and just, you know, tape it, it's not going to be seen. So I rather, you know, save it for just in case, oh, maybe I could do this or maybe I could do that. So I guess that's pretty much it. So once I do these guys, I think I can go ahead and start up. But oh, well, anyways, I gotta go and get gaskets, which I'm gonna probably go later today and get. It's like $40 at AutoZone for a Felpro gasket set for the intake and stuff. So, all right. So I got this situated. I don't know. Some of these wires didn't get pinned out over there, like, you know, the coloring scheme. But anyhow, I went ahead and, as you see, I got my multimeter out. Was just testing out different wires, because I have some that, you know, go, and I wanted to make sure whatever I put over here, although I'm gonna terminate them and, you know, just tape them off and, you know, hide them. You know, I found that, you know, this is a constant 12 volt. I mean, obviously, because it's, you know, red. And then all of these are switched 12 volts. So one of these red ones is going to feed my ECU, and then the other one is going to feed the ignition coils. So at least I have, you know, all that. And then, like I said, I'm gonna leave this, you know, bring it in there, whatever, and so I can simply, if I want to, use like one of those wires, because remember this wire ends somewhere back in there. So what I can do is when I get my fan, I could run and at least have it, you know, nice and clean, rather than doing another, you know, especially just running one wire for no reason and then using a wire loom. Nah, I'm good. So that's kind of like my main thing right now with that. And besides that, yeah, I want to get this, what do you call it, shit situated, get it loomed and ready, and then I'm going to start seeing about getting that shut inside there. And not shut, but finish that. I know it's a little late. I think it's like 1 o'clock. I'm a little beat from, you know, the past couple days, but I really wanted to get her done, get that situated. So, all right, guys. All right, so I went ahead and, you know, I kind of cleaned up these wires. Like, this is the unused portion that's there. These are all 12-volt switched, and this is hot. And then also in here I put the fuel pump, and then I also have this guy, which I am going to use for my fan. Basically, the way, if you want to check continuity, go ahead, put your multimeter on that guy, and stick your pin into wherever you want to, you know, go that you're looking, and then take your other lead, and, you know, this is a cheap machine, so it doesn't make noise. My boy's got one, or even if you got the power taps, I believe they're called, or something. But anyhow, so you see, touch that, there's no continuity in between that. Then when I go and I what's it called, touch, damn, trying to do this thing with two hands ain't gonna be good. But anyhow, let's see if I can get it like this. No, I need to like this. I'll just touch it like that. Gosh, this is not working out for me. So I'll do it like this. So once I touch that, you see how it changed? So that means that this wire has continuity through. So I'm gonna use this one since it's, you know, accessible. I will go. Whoops, yeah. I'll go and it'll be this wire. I'll just cut them somewhere back there, and then put my signal to turn on a relay for the fan, which I still got to order. But yeah, so that's that little tip there, I guess, or I don't know. It's really nothing much. But yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this harness and double check everything, make sure everything's good. Then I want to get that guy, you know, cleaned up, and then once I have that cleaned up and everything's, you know, pretty much connected, then I am gonna go ahead and solder everything inside the car. So hopefully I can get this done today, so then tomorrow I could solder up and just get that done. And then once that's soldered up, figure out this one, and then I should be able to start the car. So I don't know. Alright guys, like, alright, so it's 3:15 in the morning, Christmas Day or whatever, Boxing Day now. And yeah, I'm drained, but you know, I got it done. I don't like how that's looking. I'm looking at possibly I'll take out the condenser, and then I can put stuff in there, or I don't know. I mean, if not, I just leave it like that, and just clean it up. Maybe just do like 2 and 3, and just zip tie them together. Just make it a little neat. That's most likely what I'll do, because I really don't feel like going in there and having to take out the condenser, and shit and all that. So anyhow, so at least this is all squared away. All I gotta do is what do you call it? Just do some connections in here. So that turbo excess knock light, that's gotta come here, connect to the knock sensor and the RPM, and then the wideband, I need to bring that over in the ground. That's just 2 wires, but I'll probably bring the whole harness over, because now that I have that one connector from that brown plug with a couple 12-volt source switch, that I'll just put that to turn on too. I don't since it's all connected to relays, so that's gonna save me a lot, instead of having to rewire and all the other foolishness. So alright guys, I'll go to bed. Like